Welcome back to the Tracy Take. I'm Tyler here with my brother Ryan, and today we are breaking down the New York Jets 2024 NFL Draft. It's a lot of fun watching all of the picks come off the board this weekend, and so these will be the Jets selection that we will review. But before we do that, be sure to like, subscribe, and also ring the bell to get notified when new Jets content comes out. Trying to get to 4,000 subscribers by the start of the NFL season in September. So any help this time will be greatly appreciated. And so Ryan, pull up the Jets slides here. So the Jets were initially picking at 10, but traded back one spot. Minnesota just wanted to make sure they got J.J. McCarthy. Supposedly, I saw a video. Supposedly, Sean Payton baited Minnesota to make this trade. Either way, who cares? Jets, though, I think still got a great player. They have made a lot of moves in the offseason to beef up the offensive line. Morgan Moses, Tyler Smith, I believe, also came over there as well. And so, but still go get
Tyron Smith.
Tyron Smith. Sorry,
Yeah.
yes, that's a big difference.
Yeah.
Tyron Smith, not Tyler Smith. But still, I think getting Olu Fashanu here, I think great selection. Even if you want to wait and develop him, because there's like talent, like raw talent, like he's one of the best in this class here. But maybe there still needs to be a little bit of development. So I think it's perfect though. He doesn't have to rush into a starting role, but I think he's going to be a great rookie if he does have to come in and play, and he'll have that development overall. And even to post Aaron Rodgers era, you're going to want to have that sure thing left tackle where you don't even have to think about that position for the next 10, 15 years. So I think getting Olu here, I think it was a good selection. J.C. Latham
Yeah.
was off the board by this point. Talise Fuaga was still on the board. And so I think the only question is maybe if they wanted to go Brock Bowers, but they felt that it was absolutely fine to dress the tackle here. That was the only other potential player I think that they could have been worthy of being selected here.
Yeah. And I really like Olu. To me, he was tackle two in this class. He kind of, I know he fell in my mocks, but at the very end, I think he probably still was the second best true left tackle in this class. So I like the pick. You look at Tyron Smith, Morgan Moses. Both of those guys have had some injuries in the past, especially Tyron Smith. You kind of get your backup plan here for the first year, and then in year two, he's probably the starter. So I just like this pick. It's addresses a need in the now, and then he fills the need in years to come.
Well, and they've made so many win now moves through free
Yeah,
agency that I think that this was an appropriate
yeah, I
position
agree.
here. And so, especially with such a talent that he had. But second round pick was spent on Aaron Rodgers. So in the third round, they actually ended up trading up here. And I know this is a player that you really like, but ended up trading up to get Malachi Corley here to start off the third round. And so give Aaron Rodgers some more weapons. And also, I think he's a great compliment to Garrett Wilson and also Mike Williams as well. All right, what are some of the things that you like here about Malachi Corley?
Yeah, I mean, his yards after catch is the most appealing thing about his game. Just get the ball in his hands and let him create. He's 5'11", 205, so he's not quite as big as Debo, but I think maybe has a little bit more top end speed. The big difference for me between him and Debo is Malachi Corley really doesn't run routes. It's very hard to find routes down the field on his tape, and a lot of it is screens, getting him the ball on like jet sweeps or like curl routes or just random things to kind of, all right, I'm just going to run 5 yards, turn around, throw me the ball,
Yeah,
I'll handle the rest. And so a lot of that. But when you look at Garrett Wilson, you have that route running technician. You have your deep ball guy in Mike Williams when he's healthy. So going and getting Malachi Corley that can be that underneath guy, I think is going to be a really good fit.
yeah,
So
yeah, and especially too, you're talking about just get the ball in his hands. Uh, Aaron Rodgers, I think, is probably one of the best readers of defenses in the league. And
yeah,
so, I think he can set up formations, get receivers in the spots that they. He knows that they can utilize their leverage and put the offense the best chance to score a touchdown. So you
yeah,
put a guy like Malachi Corley here with him. I think
yeah,
it could be scary. I think it'd be very scary here
yeah.
over these next couple of years.
He's just
But
gonna need a lot of refinement in his route running. That's gonna
well,
be the big thing.
and but that's where you see those physical tangibles, and you see what you see on film
Yeah,
and how we test it. And I think that's stuff that I think he can slowly get to over time. He's not a first round receiver. Those first round receivers, a lot of them are going to already be fairly polished. They're still things that they go work on, but they have a much broader route running tree. It's
yeah,
less being defined, and the routes are even more polished. But here, with a guy with his speed, yeah, just give him a little bit of time to develop those routes, and then that combined then with his yards after catch capability
Yeah.
is going to be absurd.
Oh
So,
yeah, definitely. But
moving on though now to the their day 3 picks here. So they ended up going. I think this is a unique kind of series of picks, but Braylon Allen, then Jordan Travis, and then Isaiah Davis as well. So running
yeah,
back, quarterback, running back. I like the Braylon Allen pick because I think that it's a good change of pace back from Brees Hall. Jordan Travis, I think, is a good guy to go and develop. I thought Mel Kiper and ESPN and the guys did actually a good job kind of talking about his overall development and how this could be good for him moving forward. That sit behind
yeah,
Aaron
very
Rodgers.
AJ Dillon-esque. Not to keep comparing them to the Packers with Aaron Rodgers, but
Oh,
that to me,
Braylon Allen, yes.
yeah. Sorry, and then were you going to say something about Jordan Travis and Isaiah Davis?
No, go ahead. Go
Oh,
ahead.
okay. Well, Jordan Travis, good developmental prospect. Needs to work on kind of his progressions and just overall accuracy, but very athletic guy. He was having a great season at Florida State before he broke his ankle. Isaiah Davis, another really good running back there. So that's, I think, kind of going to be your trio. I think outside of Brees Hall, they didn't have. I think that or Michael Carter was there as well. So I mean, you have a good rotation of 4 guys. I think that can come in that all do, I think, slightly different things.
Yeah,
So
yeah. So I think transition though to the name of the draft, if we're being completely honest. But Quantez Stiggers, love that name. It's coming from the Canadian Football League. They did lose a couple of guys in free agency in the secondary, so I think addressing that there. But also then too, as well with this and the Jalen Key, who is Mister Irrelevant with the new special team rules. I think getting a lot of these athletic defensive guys we've seen like linebackers move up the board and even some special team running backs from college. So I think these guys will be fascinating to watch when it comes to like the new special team rules and how the Jets utilize those guys.
yeah. So Tyler and I, we graded all of the drafts that we are reviewing. So let's go ahead and just get into our grades here. I gave the Jets an A-. You gave them a B+. For me, I just felt they did a really good job with the picks that they had. I liked Malachi Corley. I think Olu Fashanu was the correct pick there as well. And then Braylon Allen, I thought would probably go in the 3rd round just because of his size and speed. You get him there kind of at the back end of the 4th. I just, all in all, I think they did a good job.
Yeah, I really like the Olu pick. I like Malachi Corley. And I do like Braylon Allen. I wish that they actually would have just gotten stuck with Isaiah Davis. I honestly would have preferred Isaiah Davis to kind of be a good little tandem with Brees Hall. Braylon Allen, I think he's kind of a one-trick pony as of right now, but he's that huge, almost as big as Derrick Henry, like that bowling ball type.
Yeah.
I think he's going to be very specific when it comes to running back. I would have loved to see them use that pick on somebody else. Like if there's a couple other people that were around, they picked him at 134. Like if they got another receiver like Jacob Cowing, or if they want to get another edge rusher like Xavier Thomas, both those guys were taken a little bit later. Or Anthony Gold went to the Colts, another receiver. So if they want to get some more weapons in there, that's where I would have gone a little bit. It was still a really good draft. Ryan and I we graded them against all the teams in general, not just like how each one stood individually. So I thought there were some teams. There's about 8 to 9 teams I thought that just did a little bit better in the draft, and those were my A- and ups. So the Jets had an above average draft compared to how all the other teams ranked on my board.
Yeah.
Really good. Yeah. They're in a win now mode. I thought they've had a good offseason so far. And I thought they did do a good job getting talent that can help them win now, but also be there for the future.
Yeah, no, I agree completely. So let's go ahead and wrap up this video here. If you have not already, please go ahead and like and subscribe. Leave a comment down below on what you thought of the New York Jets 2024 draft. Did you love it? Did you hate it? What would you have done differently? And other than that, we will see you guys next time.